a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
One of the problem that we faced was the admin panel of adding users, user managing and user access and all this. And you said you would love to design something just for that because it's the bastard child of enterprise UX. You build everything and the admin side is just, I don't know.
The ugly cousin or the whatever.
And Boring Cookie asked a question about that. So you're inviting people in bulk.
Welcome to story time, everyone. So our friend on Stack Exchange wanted to know all about handling error messages for duplicate emails when a whole bunch are imported into a product at the same time. They asked us for a little confirmation on how do these emails look, and they were curious about the correcting of the errors and how that behavior might work. So we started with creating the problem statement, and we ended up with something a little bit like this. As an admin user, I want to import a list of people and deal with the duplicates without restarting the process or leaving people out. They want to do this batch action, but they want to deal with issues like duplicates as quickly as possible. We spoke about some of our guidance that we have online around error messages and just dealing with an error message versus error feedback. So there's a difference between those two. We explored that. We talked about the stakes that are involved with a batch action. And that really led us to thinking about, okay, this deserves a flow. This is taking a singular action and basically making it 1,000 times more important. So you have to treat it like that in your UI. We also talked about, this difference between throwing an error and being like, okay, now you have to fix it versus a proactive approach where you help people before they actually make the error. What we created was a 4-step flow. The first state of our flow is just initiating the action of batch upload. The next step is importing your actual file, and so the handling around that. Notice that there's a bit of UI here, a bit of real estate that we're putting towards handling this thing, and we've got an instruction right there at the top. The next screen, this is the feedback about what you're about to do. So it's the juiciest screen of them all. And what we do here, we're actually doing a confirmation of what they're about to execute. So we state at the top what the status is, which is that 4,990 emails of the 5,000 are correct, but we've got some issues that we need to deal with. So here we look at a separate section for the emails that are duplicates when it's the same email but multiple people. We allow people to deal with this on the fly. They can either fix them or they can exclude them all. That reminds me, we also talked about this difference between things that are warning versus things that are errors. Not everything is a blocking error. Some things are an FYI. So you need to think about which category do these fit into? How much extra work am I making for someone on something they may not care about?
You can stay in a relationship even if there's red flags.
Exactly. Or you can also exclude that relationship. So then we have another handling on the other case where the user is already in the system. So there we let people deal with those on the fly. So there may be various actions that they might execute, resending an invitation or replacing it with this new user or something like that. Lots of things that could happen in the system. Again, we could also apply that concept of batch actions here as well. There's 7 shown here. There could be 1,000. Maybe you want to ignore them all. Maybe your data sucks, right? That's allowed as well. And then at the kind of parent level, we said, okay, maybe you can just ignore this whole message, right? Maybe your data is just really messy and we shouldn't make you make a whole bunch of decisions. So we allow that as an option too. So finally, once you fixed everything or you ignored everything, you can complete the import process and you have, boom, your success/confirmation moment. Woohoo! Sparkles are required every time for this, so don't forget those. And basically what we do here is we do a confirmation of all the things that were successful at a really high level, what was actually successful, as in users were imported, and then we allow you to download a log of both the users that were imported and the ones that weren't imported. So then you have a bit of a trail on what happened overall. You can execute your batch actions like an absolute power user at that point. Right, Benoit?
Exactly. Wonderful. Let's have more happy users in the world. Let's take
Yes.
care. That was fun, and even more that we started with a sample question about error, and we end up with 4 other pages.
What about designing 4 other pages?
We'll send you the bill.